the Hershey and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Hershy and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening. Welcome to Hershy and the Keegs Show. Pitcher Mark Hirschman. His personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday night, 9 p.m. It's the Hershy and Keegs Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're ready to go. We're happy to be here. Please like, share, subscribe, follow.
Pound it. What do you call it?
Smash it.
Smash it.
Smash it. Rub it gently and
rub
it all over your chest.
Okay.
We're ready to go. I am Mike Keegan, Mark Hirschman, Tony Walker.
On the ones and twos.
On the ones and twos and the threes and fours.
What's up, buddy?
Not too much. How are you? I missed you. We were not here last week.
You are so invigorated. I just this new you, the new Mike Keegan gives a shit about the Hershey and Pods, Hershey and Keegs. Is it the Hershey and Pods Keegcast?
The Hershey and Pods cast.
So we're gonna start the show with.
I'm full of piss and vinegar, I would say.
We're gonna start the show because I've been itching. I've been kicking in the stall.
Checked out. It's on Facebook.
I've been kicking in the stall. I've been super excited to tell people about this.
That's a horse reference, right?
That's exactly right.
All right.
So, believe it or not, we started this show almost a year ago, okay?
Yeah.
And from all you people who have been harassed and harangued and texted and I've mutilated you on Facebook, you know that I have given this my all. And I'm not saying that Keegs has not. I'm just saying that at times I might have been how should I say?
Carrying the load?
I've been something about a load I've been doing.
Mark's been swallowing the load.
I've been swallowing the load like usual. And I'm gonna read a text that I got. Now, mind you, we're almost a year into the show, and 2 weeks ago, our last episode, we didn't have one last week because the studio had construction underneath it and whatnot.
It looks great, by the way.
Looking beautiful. Yeah, it looks terrific. But the next morning after the show 2 weeks ago, I get a text from Keegs, and it says, "Hey, maybe tomorrow we can grab a cup of coffee." Now, meanwhile, if I ever text him during the week, it's like, dude, I'm really busy. I can't talk right now. Like, coffee. I'm like, coffee?
I don't even drink coffee. I don't know why I said that.
Maybe tomorrow we can grab a cup of coffee and discuss the marketing stuff. After last night, I was like, fuck, we have such a good show. We need people to see it.
It would be nice if a couple people would see it.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, motherfucker, I have been breaking my hump since literally February of last year, and somehow, some way, that last episode lit a fire in you, a bee in your bonnet.
I did get a bee in my bonnet.
What happened, Mikey? What happened? Tell me.
I'll tell you, I had so much fun on that episode.
Okay.
And I'm driving home, and I'm like, we really have a friggin' great show. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to a local sports radio show.
Okay.
And it was not good.
It was
unlistenable. And I'm like, this guy's making $500,000
$500,000 easy.
And just giving nothing.
And we're making a quarter of that.
It sounds like a college radio broadcast.
Correct.
And I'm like, we're making people laugh.
Right.
We have passion.
Yes, we do.
We're vim and vigor.
Vim and vigor.
I think.
Piss and boots.
Piss and boots.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it. We got something to sell here. Let's fucking... So I looked up, I Googled... how to do an algorithm.
All stuff that I've been begging for. Can you just maybe do a little of this stuff while I'm sending out 25,000 texts?
Yeah.
I'll get to it later. I'm going to be up in Maine this weekend.
So I had a couple of free days, and I started Googling.
I'm at the Chrissy Metz show. I'll get back to you later.
I have been doing a lot of things.
Yeah, it's always like, I'm going to see OAR at the City Steam. I'm like, what the fuck is this kid giving a shit about our podcast at all?
Really, but I do, and I do, and I Googled what the best times to post are, what the best hashtags are, to kind of slide into the algorithm.
Slide in.
So I'm like, you know what? We have so much content. Let me take a bunch of this shit.
Right.
I'll chop it up. Put 30-second.
Chop it up.
Chop it up
like celery.
That's shop talk.
Correct.
Yeah. So I chopped up a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, you know what? 3 times a day, I'm gonna post on TikTok.
Yeah.
Try to get some traction. Try to get a little.
Yes.
A little. How do you do?
Hey. Yeah.
A little.
Stop hiding the laugh, Tony. Before I
didn't hide it.
you.
It's there.
I'm gonna post 3 times a day and get a little how you doing.
How you doing?
So I started posting, and we've been getting a little traction.
Listen, all I know is 11 months of me trying to TikTok and Instagram, and the most amount of hits that we've gotten is 640.
Yeah.
The other day, Mike all of a sudden wakes up. All of a sudden, he has an epiphany like he's fucking in the movie Awakenings with Robin Williams and Robert De Niro. They gave him one of the medications, and he's not a fucking zombie anymore. Next thing you know, 23,500 hits on the TikTok. The first TikTok that he decides that he's going to put some effort into and promote the proper way. Yep. 23,500. Herschy, Keegs, podcast, success. Thank you, Tony. Wow. Yeah. So, kudos to you.
Check out our TikTok page.
Yes, ma'am.
Watch these videos. They're funny.
Funny.
We had somebody commented.
Someone did.
I'll even read one of the comments.
Please do.
I sure will. I will. It's someone said this was a fun day.
No, it wasn't one of the 647 comments that you made to affect the algorithm, was it?
Yeah, so I comment on it also.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that.
So I switch over to my profile. I comment on it.
I'm like, this guy has worked harder in 3 days than he had in 11 months.
No, Tang Fajoa 224. This video is very good. I love watching funny videos. It's guys like this that keep us going.
It's guys like this who keep the doors open.
Yeah, exactly. It's guys like this that keep me rolling out of bed in the morning.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, Tang Fajoa.
Thanks, Tang. We used to love Tang as kids. At least I did.
Exactly. I wish I haven't gotten any Tang in a while.
No, and I will say after the dialogue that me, you, and Carla had last night, you're not getting any Tang for a little bit longer.
Oh my God, we got to go over that too.
Oh my God,
we're having a.
Are we having an issue?
We're having a little bit of an issue.
And that was a Mark Hirschman issue, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was. We'll go over that. Are we okay to go over that or not?
We are okay to go over
Let's tackle it. Let's hear. Let's hear.
You guys are, we're not going to keep you guys waiting.
So we're going to, Anthony Stabile is one of my best friends who was on the show. He's the face of NYRA, New York Racing Association, and he does the TV, National, Fox. Every year he does a dinner at King Umberto's in Elmont, New Hyde Park, whatever it is, and it's called Derby. What is it called?
Derby Day?
It's something 3 days before the Kentucky Derby, and it's a dinner, and it's
Derby dinner.
It's a Derby dinner, I guess. I don't know, but it's generally like a bunch of degenerates hanging out and eating and drinking, and there's some famous horse racing celebrities, and they tell their stories and they make their picks, and it's a great day. And certainly if select people of you want to go, let us know, because we are banning certain other people. And so Anthony posted it on his Facebook page, and Carla is part of the group, so she's friends with Stabile, and she chimed in. I'm going to be there with mint juleps and bonnets.
She doesn't
and
realize
hats.
it's a bunch of degenerates that are going to be gambling away their children's college funds.
Exactly. So, as soon as Carla chimes in, and I love Carla, we get along great. I fired off a text message to Mike. You better cut this shit out with this one. She is not going to dinner Derby night, whatever it's called. Stacy doesn't go. Sue doesn't
Derby
go.
Delight? Is it the Derby Delight?
It's the Derby Delight. That's right. She's not going to Double D night. And of course, Carla. She will never, like, you say black, she says white, you say, so she gets a little bit, a little bee in her bonnet, and she's like,
it's not a wives thing, it's the guys.
It's not, and that's all I was trying to say.
No wives, no girlfriends.
It's not a wives thing. Yeah. Not that we wouldn't want you, because if it was a wives thing, you'd be the first one, Carla. Yeah. You'd be the first one on the line.
I say, why don't you, Stacy and Kristen, go to paint night? Do a paint night.
Right. Who's Kristen?
Isn't that?
What is that?
Is that Monty's wife?
Oh, Chris. Okay, yeah. She's got babies. She ain't going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. But
I'm scared the shit out of me. I know Monty lives there. Did I just get Monty's wife's name?
So the bottom line is somehow I wake up to an instant message or a Facebook message. Instant message. What is this? AOL 1977.
Somebody IM'd me.
I heard my dial-up was working, and so I get a message. And
BBM. They BBM'd you?
It was I got a Nextel chirp, and
wasn't that the best phone ever?
Yeah, it was a good phone. So it's in capital letters from Carla, and it says, "You banned me from the Derby Delight dinner," or whatever the fuck it was called. And I'm like, Mike, did you do that? And I thought she was referring to Mike, or at least I was trying to pass it along.
Yeah, we all know it was you.
Yeah, it was me. So I explained to her that it is, and I'm not lying. It's not the kind of thing like in Saratoga where women wear, colored, rose-colored dresses and flowers and bonnets, and they drink mint juleps. It's not what this event is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like that.
We're going to be smoking cigars and it's probably using swear words and probably racial epithets.
Well, that doesn't matter where you are.
I got a story later about that too.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Good, wonderful. So I don't. The message, the thread came to a very disconcerting halt. Like, I'm gonna slit your throat, Hirschman, kind of thing.
Yeah, no,
but she didn't say it. Is she pissed though?
She is.
I mean, listen,
she doesn't like being excluded. Like a lot of times,
but she's not. She's not being excluded. Yeah,
but I think
we're not letting her go, but she's not being excluded.
No, exactly.
That's different. I
think at this point right now, though, she's going and I'm not.
Yeah, she's
going.
I know she's going.
So
I know.
You and Monty and Carla and
so you and
I'll be home babysitting.
You and Kristen and Stacy will be doing something. But I just hope she understands that it was not an exclusion thing. We were just not letting her go.
It's just not something she would enjoy.
It's not her thing. It's a lot of horse racing talk, and it's just not. It's not what she's picturing it. It's not. It's
probably not. Say, yeah, he's chomping at the bit.
A lot of chomping at the bit talk, and a lot of
he's gonna break his maiden.
Exactly. Yeah. So hopefully we can work through this as a family, because we are a family.
Yeah.
Right?
We are. No, we really are.
So hopefully we can work this way through that.
We
so
were all here on your birthday. Remember?
Yeah, that wasn't awkward at all.
Yeah.
But Carla, I do love you, and I don't want you to be upset with me, but you're not coming.
But I also don't want you to come.
So you just mentioned something, and I'm a little bit gun shy, but you're going to bring it up at some point. So let's just get out of the way. If you have a story that's potentially going to make the editors or the auditors give us a Are there auditors for this type of show?
There's one auditor.
Okay, so let's try to make this as pleasant and clean as possible, the story. What happened to you that we need to know about that potentially involves some sort of a racial epithet?
Oh, there was an incident. There was an incident at Walgreens.
Walgreens?
Yeah. So
you're at Walgreens. Which location?
Walgreens, Bethpage.
Bethpage, okay.
Walgreens, Bethpage.
So you're on Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage.
That's right. That's
okay.
right. I frequent.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's where I get all my sugar-free candy.
Okay, good. Perfect.
So I was getting sugar-free candy.
Yes, you were.
And I'm standing in line, and I was very alarmed.
You were alerted to something.
I was alerted to something.
Yeah.
I saw a young man taking money out of one of the cash registers.
Son of a gun.
So.
Wow.
Is there a possibility to be a male Karen?
Yeah.
I think I had a male Karen moment.
I think that you're definitely male Karen-ish. You have some features of that. Yeah.
So I was in line, and there was nobody at the register that I was waiting to go on.
Okay.
So I noticed this young man who was not wearing any kind of Walgreens
Nothing.
paraphernalia.
No manager.
Civilian clothes, I would
Regular
say.
clothing.
Yeah. Started taking money out of the register, and he was the darker shade of dark.
A darker shade of gray? Okay.
Darker shade of gray. Let's go with that.
Okay.
He was, he wasn't a lily white.
I understand. He was black.
He was black. He was black.
I understand.
So I'm alarmed. This is Bethpage, So I saw somebody that worked there, and I was giving him one of these.
Yeah. Like you had a crick in your neck type of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And he wasn't paying attention to me, so I told him, I said, listen, there's a guy taking money out of the register over there.
Yeah. So you alerted, you were being a good citizen, you're alerting the store people, hey, we could have an issue here.
I said I didn't even say we could, I said there is an issue and you better call the cops.
Okay, cops.
And his response
was?
Sir, that's our district manager.
Oh, what?
At no point...
Mike.
At no point
Mike.
in my mind...
What the fuck is wrong with you and your brain?
He didn't look like a district manager.
I mean, but how do you look like a district manager?
Was he in a suit?
No, he was in like a button down and like in khakis, but he wasn't wearing anything that said Walgreens on it. But that's what they do. They dress up nicely, and then they go in and try to make it look like they work.
No, when Mike is saying they, he means robbers.
I mean district managers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean black people.
You really have a mental issue.
But no, like seriously, you see some guy that doesn't have any kind of Walgreens paraphernalia on taking money out of the register.
Right. Now
I am trying to save the day.
Yeah. Well, it obviously didn't work out.
Sir, that's our district manager, and with the most condescending tones.
You can't blame him, can you?
Because he was like some sort of Puerto Rican, the guy that I told.
Carla, Mike's wife is Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
Let's get that.
Carla's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Oh my she's one of the Puerto Ricans.
Then the guy said, "Oh, I know you. You're the
so much
guy."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so much for 23,500 TikTok followers.
Yeah, no, we're canceled. But no, it was an honest mistake. I was trying to be a hero. Mm-hmm. It turned out to be a zero.
Yes, which is what we've always thought of you.
So turns out I have to publicly apologize to Darnell. I don't know.
Oh my God. This is awful. I love this show so much.
His name is probably Rick or something. But he's the district manager of the Bethpage area.
Oh, did they tell you to come on to the podcast and apologize?
Or the police did.
Yeah.
They're outside right now.
So you're banned from that Walgreens, so you'll stick to the one on Newbridge Road in Belmore.
That's right. So I apologize.
So we'll just notate that's one story that we should not have talked about. Okay.
Malik, maybe?
Okay. You just don't care about the show, do
No,
you?
I do. I love this show. Remember I just said I have a new passion
I remember.
for it? But no, it was an honest mistake. I was trying to be trying to be helpful. So we got through that, I think. We got through that story. Hey, I want to mention too. I pulled up tonight.
Yeah.
and I saw a brand new, beautiful, shining, bright SUV.
Thank you, sir.
That Mr. Hirschman recently got a new car. Everyone congratulate Mark.
Yes,
everyone.
thank you, Tony.
Tony, please congratulate. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
he no longer has to coerce interns to drive him to work.
I mean, I will say that I definitely have to thank some people because, yes, I've been doing a lot of walking to and from work, but on the days that I wasn't walking, if it was cold or raining or whatever the case may be, between my colleague Dana, who I share an office wall with, to Joe, the young man Joe, to Pistol Pete, my neighbor, they've all been helping out, and I finally found myself some wheels, and I'm no longer walking back and forth, and it does feel good. I got to drive to the show tonight, and I felt a sense of pride.
You jumped out of the car with a sense of pride.
Yeah.
You were beaming.
I will. It reminds me of a little story that. So what would happen on the days that Pistol Pete would pick me up? He would pick me up because we're neighbors and we also work together. And I would say to him sometimes, "Drop me off in front of BJ's because I'm going to run into Dunkin' Donuts and get a tea or a bagel or something like that." So probably the last time he drove me before the car transaction happened, I said, "You want anything?" And I said, "How about an orange juice? You want an orange juice?" He's like, "I'd love an orange juice today." I'm like, "All right, great. I'll get you an orange juice." So I go into Dunkin' Donuts. I ordered myself something to eat. I think it was a egg white on a croissant or something like that. And I go into the refrigerator that's right next to the cash register, and I noticed that there is one orange juice and about 67 apple juices. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, knowing the kind of person that I am and a good-hearted person who loves his friends and loves his family and does whatever I possibly can, I of course purchased one orange juice and one apple juice. Who do you think I gave the apple juice to, and who do you think I gave the orange juice to?
I have a feeling Pistol Pete did not get orange juice that morning.
Pistol Pete did not get orange juice that day. He got begrudgingly a nice cold Tropicana apple juice, which tastes like horse piss.
It's fucking water.
Horrible. It's disgusting.
It's water that like you yelled the word apple at.
It's just horrible. It's just the worst.
Yeah.
It's like you took a thing of water and then you took a sour apple blow pop, dipped it once, pulled it out, threw it in the fucking garbage, and then you gave someone a Tropicana apple drink.
Exactly. Here's some apple juice.
So when I told this to my colleague Dana, she's like, "You were a horrific person."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, I just didn't want apple juice, and I wanted orange juice, and I still expended my money."
Did you tell him there was no orange?
Oh no! I did. I said that neither one of us got orange juice. I said that we both have apple juices.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make it seem like I'm the piece of shit that I am.
Yeah.
So
why is your apple juice a delicious shade of orange?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
What an absolute piece of shit you are.
Piece of shit. But speaking of drinks, let's speak about this. This was, so our last show was 2 Tuesdays ago. The Friday night, a couple days later, Stacy and I were asked to go to dinner by our dear friends, our home run couple, Vinny and Deb Bella, okay? Mm-hmm. They're the couple that we travel with our kids, and they have 3 kids that are the same age as our kids, and they're our home run people, okay? And we didn't even have plans.
How did me and Carla get in there?
It's like if you take
is it her? Is it her? Is that why nobody hangs out with us? Is it her? Okay, good.
Yes, it is.
Just want to know it's not me.
So basically, what happens is we get a call on Friday. Stacy and Deborah were supposed to go out together, and then Deborah around 5:00, she's like, Vin's gonna meet us over there. Why doesn't Mark come also? And it turns into a couple's dinner.
Nice.
Okay. So me and Stacy meet over there. Deb's already there already. Oh no, we picked up Deb because Vin was gonna meet us coming from his job in the Garden City area. So we get there now. I don't know. We don't hang out at bars or when we're at the club, you don't see me drink. I'm not a drinker anymore.
Rarely. Yeah.
If you to see me lit up is a rare thing nowadays. I was a drinker back in my teens and 20s. I drank a lot, and I just don't drink anymore for a multitude of reasons, personal reasons or whatever. I just don't. I was going to get up and leave. Did you notice that? Get the fuck out of here!
I don't drink anymore. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
But it's just rare.
Is your seat like jacked up?
I don't know
because it feels.
Oh, there we go.
It feels like you're purposely.
I don't know what
your
happened.
Seat so
I want to make you feel diminutive and inferior,
exactly. I think
which isn't that difficult.
Yeah.
So it's me, Deb and Stacy, and we're waiting for Vin. We probably have about a half hour for Vin to get there. So Stacy orders an IPA and Deb orders some sort of cosmopolitan, whatever. Yeah. And I see a drink on the menu that I'm like, that looks delicious. It was orange juice, my go-to, strawberry, a strawberry flavoring and pineapple, and it was like a fruity kind of thing.
So Stacy's ordering an IPA.
Yeah.
And you're drinking a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
So I see the Rudy Fresh and Fruity, and then I see under it, all drinks can be made as mocktails. And I'm like, right. I want a fucking mocktail.
Yeah, really.
Like I don't want to be drinking booze. Yeah, I just, I don't mess around with the driving thing, and I don't drink a lot anymore, So long story short, the drinks come, and I am parched. Like I just fucking run in the attic, with carrying a fucking valise on my back. Yeah. So the drink comes, and I'm like, look at that fucking thing. It's got like an orange sticking out of it, and it's fruity, and it's delicious. It's so yummy. And I powerhouse the straw sip. Okay, so I must get like a good like 3 inches out of it, and I taste it, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa. That didn't taste mocktail at all.
This is no mocking matter.
Yeah, it didn't taste mocktail at all.
This tastes like cock. It's definitely. Excuse me, is there cock in this?
No, that was after I drank it. That was after I drank it. This is right. This is a cocktail. So,
did you cock my mock?
Did you stick your cock in my mock? Are you mocking me by sticking your cock in my mock? It's fucking terrible. So I go ahead and I hand it over to Deb, and Deb takes a sip, and she's like, I don't know. Well, of course you don't know, because I already powerhoused the fucking vodka right out of it. Exactly, yeah. I went straight, straw.
The vodka was a floater on top, yeah.
I just powerhoused all the vodka. Yeah. And then within like 3 minutes, I'm buzzing, okay? Wow. I'm buzzing. Wow. Like, picture taking 3 shots.
You're full of cock now.
I'm full of cock and mock, okay?
Yeah. No mock, just cock.
So Stacy's like, now meanwhile, Stacy, one of her beefs with me, and there's many, is that I don't complain we talked about this, to the wait staff about things. But this is a situation where I don't want that drink. Yeah.
What if you were in recovery?
So here's what happened. So the waitress comes over. Thanks for fucking stepping on the punch, fucking douche face. Fucking classic asshole move. So, what do you tell the fucking story, asshole?
So Mark was at dinner with Deb and Jim, and
dumb fuck, you suck at life, okay?
No, I'm sure it's still gonna be great.
So she comes over, the waitress, and she's like young. She's like in like her early 20s, whatever, and she's very sweet. And I look at her dead serious, and I'm like, that wasn't a mocktail. She's like, oh, I'll go, back to the bar, and they'll give you a new one. And I said, 7 years sober down the drain. She's like, what? I'm like, I'm gonna have to give the coin back. She's like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, yeah, it was fine. I wasn't sober at all, but
God.
I had her because but the truth is, and we actually talked about this at dinner, that has definitely happened at some point in history. Yeah. I'm not saying it happened at Garden Social that night, but
a couple of years ago, I was doing a podcast with Tim Thompson. We're in his apartment. And we worked with a buddy of ours, Jim Hill. He used to do comedy.
I know Jim Hill. He's a life coach now.
Yeah. Jim Hill's a great guy.
Like Jim Hill.
Jim Hill's in recovery, and he's vocal about him, not telling any tales out of school.
Yeah.
So he's been in recovery quite a while, and we're recording a podcast in we're recording a podcast in Tim's apartment. This is when hard seltzers first came out.
Okay.
So Tim goes, yeah, whatever you want and Tim goes, you want one of these seltzers? And Jim goes, yeah, sure. Starts drinking it. And then realizes, this is a hard seltzer. This is seltzer with alcohol in it. He's like, I'm 3 years sober.
Oh, my God.
And Tim ended up giving him a hard seltzer.
So, how did the 8 ball of cocoa that night?
Next thing I know, I'm like, all right, I'll call my guy. And so it was we all went into a bender.
But I'm saying that's definitely happened in life where someone, I mean, the truth is, I did not want to be drinking. I wasn't pissed about it, and I got another fresh and fruity Rudy Tooty.
And the truth is, you very well could have been in recovery, could have been, and you still have the poor girl. You friggin' tormented her. Huh?
I couldn't work her over too long because I saw that she was mortified.
Oh, was she a young girl?
She was like 23, 22. You know, she was definitely very young. And yeah, she was a nice looking kid.
Where were you?
We were at Garden Social.
Oh, Garden Social, okay.
She works in the back table. Her name is Alicia.
What days does she work? Yeah.
You goddamn perv.
I like Garden Social. They have good stuff there.
So that was what happened, and she lost her job that night. So that was rough.
I know Bob, the owner. You go up to Bob and just tell him,
Bob. Bob's a good man.
So,
Bob is actually cousins with my buddy Timmy Lynch.
Oh, nice.
Who, so that whole family is wonderful, actually. So what's been going on with you, buddy? Tell me.
Goodness.
It's been
what
2 weeks.
What hasn't been going on?
What gigs? Like, I don't know anything that's
had some gigs. Well, we did talk about Maine because that was the last episode.
Yep.
Since then, we had the governor's Christmas party.
Oh, that's a funny story.
Mark was nice enough to show up for 35 seconds.
Yeah, I did.
What a great party, though.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. You didn't stay very long, but they really do a nice job here.
Jimmy and Joe, they do a great job. Yeah, and I will tell
all
people.
Out there. DJ, buffet, open bar. You got all these friggin' comics that
open.
No, all these
open
comics,
marks,
and you're fucking feeding them alcohol for free.
Yeah.
Like they're just like scavengers.
By the time I got to you, you were fucking pasted. Okay, you were pasted. And I will preface the story by telling you that day, the party started at what, 7 or 8 o'clock? I guess.
Yeah.
I had woken up at 6 o'clock. Me, Anna, and one of her besties, Katie, went on a college tour. We left. We went to Pennsylvania to see Scranton University. Then we drove to Binghamton. We surprised Samantha.
Nice.
Didn't get back until 7 o'clock, 6:30 at night. So I'd driven 500 miles that day. Wow. So the truth is, I really did not feel like coming out to a party. But the truth is, the club does right by us. We perform here. We have shows here. We have our show here. Yeah. So the truth is, I wasn't going to stay late. I wanted to come and show face, say hello to Jimmy. I wanted to have a bite to eat. And the only thing I was waiting for, I would have left sooner, believe it or not. I'm like, where the fuck is Keegs? So finally someone's like, oh, he's over at the bar. So I make my way into the bar, and I find you there holding court. And it's you, and it's a whole bunch of people, Milonis and Saliani and Carla. And you're like 3 sheets to the wind already. You're just fucking tanked. Okay,
yeah, there you go.
Gives me a big kiss on the cheek, and he's like, "Hey, my partner, mouth. What's going on here?" And by cheek, I mean mouth.
Yeah,
soft lips.
By mouth, you mean.
So the first thing Mike says to me was, "Oh, I invited this guy over here into the podcast, and this guy over here to the podcast," and he tells me like 3 people that he invites.
He's coming on.
So now I'm obviously cranky, sober, tired, and obviously neurotically passionate about the show. So I basically just publicly retracted. I said, anyone who Mike has invited that's here is uninvited. And I left.
I was at the bar also with Rich Voss and Anthony Cumia, who were like the only 2 people there that we'll probably have on the pod that we would like to have on
Cumia
the pod.
Maybe, yeah.
You hate Rich Voss.
I wouldn't say hate. I just, hate's a strong word.
Then you should definitely not come to the Newtown, Pennsylvania, April 1st.
I saw that you're working with your buddy Voss.
Yeah, but
no, a couple of times, I didn't feel treated so nicely by him working with him. But let's not go there. I got to hang out with Patty O'Rourke. I got to hang out with Richie Byrne a little bit.
Patty O'Rourke's a great guy.
And Patty's a great guy. Richie's a great guy.
Missed him dancing on the dance floor.
Oh, I was cutting a rug.
Yeah,
he was cutting a rug.
I didn't even know that happened. Yeah. I didn't even know that had
39 and 300 pounds. Don't dance all night, because the next day I was hurting.
Were you?
I didn't even know.
Yeah, my knee. My boss was like, "What the hell's going on?" I'm like, "I danced last night." Yeah,
you should have seen it. It was quite.
I'm sorry I missed that.
Between him and Rich Walker cutting up a rug too.
Rich Walker's got moves. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say he's got moves, but he was out there.
He was, he's definitely was present.
He was dancing like he was trying to get laid. That's what we kept saying all night
Richie
long.
is down to about 65 pounds.
Yes, he is.
And he drinks beakers of wine when he comes here.
Yeah, I know. He was whacked.
He gets, exactly. So that I would have enjoyed, but I needed to get some sleep.
Yeah, it was a fun party. We had a great time.
Yeah, no, I definitely got a chance to say hello to some people, and I'm sorry I didn't stay long, but I was there long enough to make sure that I retracted all of your bogus invites.
Yeah, nobody's coming on this show.
Nobody ever.
No.
Especially if they've heard the beginning of this show. They're not going to.
Exactly.
They can't. They definitely can't.
It was fun, and no real gigs to speak of recently, but I got some stuff coming up. We're doing a show here February 10th in the Giggle Room.
Okay.
It's going to be a Valentine's Day couples show, so all the comedians are couples that are in comedy.
All right, you had
together.
mentioned this. I remember it being very uninteresting sounding.
Yes. But we're going to make it interactive. We're going to have the audience participate.
Okay.
And ask some questions, share some nightmare dating stories.
You're a groundbreaker.
Yeah, it's a brand new concept.
No, I'm saying I don't remember a show like this. I'm not even being sarcastic.
It
sounds
Carl,
legit.
Carl and I came up with it, mostly her, but
yeah,
I'm going to be doing all the work.
She's very smart, and I do believe that she came up with this idea.
She did come up with it.
I don't think you'd be capable of it.
So I'm doing all the...
Notice how I'm kissing Carla's ass because now I'm afraid
I know,
that
right?
we crossed the line.
I know how it is. I'm terrified of
my
it too.
God.
I know.
My car, my white car, all of a sudden...
There's a key from the front
all I'm
to the
thinking
back.
of is that song. What's the...
Turn my key into the side of his brand new Ford Explorer ride.
That's exactly it. That's it. What's her name?
I keyed that Jew in.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah. You get home, there's going to be a boiling bunny rabbit.
Oh, my God.
But
Love
yeah,
you, Carla.
she is
I don't even know.
terrifying.
Does she even listen anymore, though, Carla?
No.
Yes,
She doesn't
does.
care about things I do.
No, that's true.
But yeah, so it's going to be a good show, though. February 10th, Gino Bisconti's going to be headlining it.
Oh, so we're going to have Gino Bisconti
next
on
week.
the show, right, next week?
Yeah,
Yep.
next week, Gino Bisconti's going to call in for a little while.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
He's a lot of fun. He's a good guy. You might know him from Compound Media.
Oh, no,
in Hot
dude's
Water.
fucking hilarious.
And,
dude's hilarious.
Yeah. So he's a good guy, and we're going to have some fun with him
Oh, so
next
that's
week.
true. So you have that show coming up, and then me and you are going to be doing a couple of spots on Chris Monty, our friend, is doing a show on the 19th here. It's going to be him and his friend
Irving Lawrence.
Irving Lawrence, exactly. Me and Mike will be doing a spot on that show. So Monty is going to come on the 7th to maybe plug that show a little bit and promote.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come in studio.
Yeah, if you guys go on govs.com, you can get tickets to all these shows because they're going to be fun. I mean, I can't tell you how many times our friends and fans have been asking, when are you doing a show with Irving Loretti?
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
Yeah.
So
no,
he's going to be here in this building, Irving Laureate.
Ira Lorenzo is a killer. Ira Lorenzo is very, very funny, and we're looking forward to being with Artie, and I'm excited about that. The whole Valentine thing reminds me actually of something that me and Stabile have been laughing our asses off about. I don't know if you've seen this or if you and I have talked about it, but have you seen the promotions for this new slap show where people are slapping and the truth is the hypocrisy of it is outrageous because I think Dana White is one of the people affiliated with it.
Yeah.
And the promotions for the show ironically started a week after he had blasted his wife in the face and it was videotaped.
Exactly.
So he's off in like Tahiti somewhere and he gives his wife a right fucking hook.
So that was round one. Yeah, exactly.
Round one. And I mean, the truth is
he was just trying to explain to her what the show was about.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to knock you unconscious, bitch. And then
I'm going to stomp on you on the ground.
I mean, it's really fucking sickening.
Yeah.
And then a week later, I'm watching and I see Dana White is sitting and watching these two women officially slap each other like
fully erect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. The women? Yes. But so Stabile and I both felt like it was something that we couldn't even fathom what we were watching because the first one we saw, I think it was a man who got hit and then he had crumpled to the ground, but you actually saw his hand contort.
Ooh, really?
Like he had like some sort of brain damage was automatically in him, on him, with him, something about him,
of him,
of him, so,
with him, in him, of him.
Yeah, he got brain damaged. Okay, and then the next one was actually a woman hitting another woman, and she immediately, as soon as the strike hit her, I don't know if you've seen this one or not, her eyes rolled into the back of her head, like something that you've never done to a woman happened to her. Okay, eyes roll to the back of her head. She falls onto the ground, as she goes to get up, she does a full somersault, not intentionally, just
Yeah.
because she couldn't stand up. And I'm thinking to myself,
That is
how the
brutal.
fuck are they sanctioning this
That
on
is
television?
brutal. I saw one also where the guy slaps the guy so hard and his face just automatically explodes. Just like the side of his face
Burst.
Just it doesn't burst, but it just like puffs out.
Puffs.
It's
yeah.
like, it puffs.
How like
I don't know.
like the Magic Dragon.
Yeah.
How does this go on? There's no glove. There's no.
Yeah.
They're just slapping people.
know.
Like, is this what our world has come to?
Exactly. We're barbarians.
I mean, I cannot fucking wait to watch this show.
I know, right? Exactly.
It's one of those things, though. You know, the old train wreck type of thing.
Yeah.
That you can't turn away from. But
Exactly.
I'm not proud of it.
No, I'm not proud of it, but I'm gonna watch it.
I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of something that I'm about to do now. Also, by the way, what do you think if we have a segment, and maybe it's not an official segment, it's a segment where, say you or I, or even Tony for that matter, we hear a great street joke.
Yeah.
Now, for the audience that doesn't know what a street joke is not something that is that a comic has recently written and it's protected material. It's a joke that's been around forever.
Yeah.
That I assume was an original joke at some point, but it's been stolen so many times that it's a street joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we should implement a little segment where we can tell I heard a street joke this week that made me laugh very hard.
All right.
And Tony, I want you to lock into on this one. I'm going to tell you this joke. I don't want a full-blown Tony little girl laugh, okay?
Well,
I
what
want
if
you
he
to
doesn't think it's funny? I don't want to fake
No,
laugh.
if you laugh, if you're going to laugh, laugh. That's what I'm saying. I'm not asking you to force a laugh, but if you find it as funny as I did, let it go, okay?
I will.
With your little 4th grade little snicker. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna.
No, it's
I'm
adorable.
turning my mic off.
It's adorable. Put it back. Come on.
All right.
You want to hear the street joke?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Okay.
do.
So there is a nun. Okay. Oh wow, he's good. There's a nun and she's taking a bath.
Okay.
Okay. And the nun hears a knock on the door of the bathroom. And she gets a little bit nervous. So she's like, she covers up a little bit, and she's like, "Who is it?" And the person at the door says, "It's the blind man." So she's like, "Oh, come on in," you know. So the guy comes in and he says, "Hey, nice tits. Where do you want your blinds?" I love that joke.
That is like
I love it.
Tony, not impressed. I actually liked it.
What is that? Did you put up there, Tony? Is that crickets?
Crickets, yeah.
This was a good. Is it not a
That
good
is-
joke?
No, I like it. I'm busting your balls. I liked
He's
it.
got exactly.
Yeah,
like
we're
it.
gonna use the joke and your reaction as our key to TikTok success.
Seriously, that's gonna be all over TikTok now.
Right?
Yep.
So what do you think? Should we
I
implement
like
that?
it. Want me to tell one?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yeah.
2 gay fellas.
Of course.
They're,
Can you just? Okay, go ahead. 2 gay fellas.
2 gay fellas. They're married, so it's all right.
Yes. Of
So
course.
they, they're trying to keep things, trying to keep a spark, trying to keep things
alive
exciting.
in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of them goes, "Hey, let's play hide and seek.
Mm-hmm.
If you find me, then you could do anything you want to me. You could bend me over, pull my hair, do me as hard as you want.
Okay.
S and F and whatever you want to do, and put
Right.
it anywhere. And if you can't find me, I'll be right behind the couch."
I like it.
Thank you.
I
very
like
much.
it.
Thank you.
Wow, we're onto something here.
I like it. I like
Stolen
it. Yeah.
hacky jokes for cheap effect. I like it. I'm glad we did that. Well,
Yeah.
maybe we'll turn this into something.
That'll feed the
Maybe we'll turn
algorithm.
this into something.
I do have some sad news though. Today actually, the Chinaman that lives next door to me died.
Oh my God!
Nice guy.
What happened? He got hit on his bicycle?
That's terrible.
That's not
Mark.
nice.
Not nice at
That's
all.
not nice.
He was
That's
very
not-
old. He was very old. He had always had trouble.
I know. I remember
walking.
you said that you guys were friendly with an Asian fellow
Yeah.
next door.
Yeah,
How old? He was
exactly.
elderly, huh?
He was elderly. He's probably in his 80s.
What do we know? What happened? Like
Don't know what happened. We're not even sure 100% if he died.
Oh, okay.
But there was
All
an
right.
ambulance,
Uh-huh.
and like after they put him in the ambulance just like sat there for like 15 minutes with no lights on.
Oh,
that
okay.
means, the guy,
Unless they just didn't think he was that important.
Oh, the poor.
No, it's not. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed.
Poor Mr. Kim or whatever the hell his name.
Did he?
probably
Did
is.
he have a family, a wife?
He
children?
did. There's like 1,000 of them that live in that friggin' house.
So you don't even know if it was actually him.
I don't know. It was one of them. You know, they're like fucking. They're like,
Oh my
they're like
God.
hamsters. You just, one of them goes, and then
Well, rest in peace to one of them,
Rest in peace.
if that's what happened.
Foo.
Who?
I don't know.
I want
Fuck him.
This is something that's been bothering me,
Chinaman.
and I want to get your opinion on this.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever see people on social media posting how they get angry when people don't return their grocery cart to the hub or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
I don't go on Facebook and post about it, but I fucking despise people that don't put their grocery carts back
Back to the
the
front
hub,
of the store
hub.
or
Yeah.
the hub.
At least if there's a hub in the middle of the parking lot, bring it there. Don't
Okay.
leave it like some kind of animal floating around the parking lot.
Okay.
I hate, and I'll say something to people.
Good. Well, Tony, what do you feel about it?
While I do agree with Mike,
Yeah.
however,
Does have one leg.
exactly.
Oh, that's true.
That's it.
Yeah.
I do.
That's all he has to say.
I do. I'm the same way with newspapers. I do miss giving a kid a job where he
Yeah.
could collect the
Okay.
shopping carts and put them away.
Okay.
But
So-
I agree with Mike though too. I hate those are the same people that will park in the handicap spots.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I
Do
don't.
you have a handicap sticker?
Of course.
Yeah,
not.
that's
Nice,
why I get
all
the
right.
best spots. You know,
Forever, yeah.
I'm the most popular guy. People call me all the time. We'll go to the game because you're driving, right?
Oh man, when I got my first car, I got it after my grandma passed away. She left me her car. But it,
No, I'm kidding.
poor grandma. But she had the handicap sticker in there
Yeah.
when I got the car. So I'm 17 years old driving
Right.
around, and I'm parking in every handy because I got the placard.
Yeah.
A 17-year-old kid. It was awesome. I had it. It was like 3 years until it
They're
expired.
like, oh, look at him. No, he definitely has something
It
wrong
was
with him.
something. I can't put my
It's
finger
probably
on it.
it's probably a
When I-
brain injury. So let's not say
Yeah,
anything.
nobody questioned it for 3 years. So
Right.
In fact, you were licking the window too as you were driving too. People didn't have a
So
problem.
my take on it is this: I literally have no issue whatsoever with people who leave their carts in random places, and I'll tell you why.
Because you do it.
Because
Yeah.
well, I do it, but I do it for the same reason that I like that other people do it. If I roll into King Cullen, okay, and I park my car, I want that fucking cart right there. So I will literally pull up to a spot with a cart, get out of the car, because it's like it serves as a little bit of a walker type of thing.
I see your logic.
Yeah.
I do see your logic.
You know what I mean? You want to just roll right into the store. I don't want to
Yeah.
be, going up to the thing or having to go to the hub in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not being lazy or malicious
Yeah.
or malicious.
You're not even being Melissa.
I'm not a malicious person.
My name's not Melissa.
Hello, Melissa. How are you?
Melissa?
So
Mark
that's my
Malusis?
take. That's
All right.
is Mark Malusis back on the show? Hey, Mark. No, I'm just saying. I think that there is definitely something to the fact of I'm not saying leave it in the middle of a spot.
I see your logic because if I do see a card, I'm like, oh, nice. I'll just grab that one. I don't have to, walk.
So you're being a card hypocrite.
But if I do see somebody, especially if it's like a chubby, like frumpy looking older lady that just leaves a cart there, I'll be like, you freaking animal.
I don't want people.
And then I always like over exaggerate. Like I'll grab the cart like that she left there.
I don't know why
and
you're
make
like
sure
that.
Make sure that she sees me bringing it all the way back to the front.
I don't know why you're like this.
Like animated. Like
What I'm saying is-
I'll give you this one too. Don't worry, I got it.
That's uncalled for.
No, yeah.
You don't
I
need
get
to do
from my
that.
dad. I get that from my dad.
You don't need to do that. And again, I won't take a cart and roll it into the middle of a spot. I'll leave it on the circumference so that if someone backs into a spot, it's in the middle.
So that when the
someone
wind
pulls
takes
in.
it dings somebody's car.
Yeah, well, whatever. But all right. So we're at odds about this.
We
then.
are, yeah. I
We're at
do
odds.
get your logic though, because it is a pleasure sometimes when there's just a cart there,
Yeah.
and I can hold on to it as I'm walking into the store.
Yeah,
like
no.
like it's a walker.
Of course.
But yeah, I do shame people that just leave their carts there.
Speaking of parking lot mishaps, did I ever tell you about the time? So flashback to before Stacy had her Durango, we had a minivan, like a big silver minivan, and we were in
Durango, I think that's the guy that Walgreens that I told on. Today.
That was Durango,
I think
yeah,
that's his name.
same thing.
And I'm thinking Django.
He was. God in heaven, I hate this show. So we had a minivan, and we were about 6 months away from returning it off of lease back to whoever you give a car back to off of a lease. And
The Leasemeister?
we were in Leasemeister General. That's exactly
the
right.
Leasemeister General.
So we were in Connecticut for a soccer tournament, and I had backed. We were going to a team dinner, so we all left the hotel, and I'm backing out of a spot from the hotel, and another parent from our team is backing out, and we bump into each other. Okay, and I get out, I look at their car, totally fine. Our rear end crushed in, crushed, like irreparable damage type of thing, you know. And of course, my response is like, "Oh, I'll take care of it." You know, it was a innocent mistake.
You're like me. I don't like confrontation.
Yeah, but ultimately, I brought it in, and they're like, "Well, either get it fixed now, or when you bring it back, you're gonna owe like $1,500 or whatever the case may be." So fast forward, now we're like maybe 6 weeks away from returning the car. Yeah. The car has not been fixed yet. Okay. Yeah. Stacy calls me. It's on a Sunday afternoon, and she's sobbing. "I just got into an accident. I have our own parking lot. You better come here right now. This guy just backed into me. He hit the car." So of course I'm like, "God, but the fucking Jets are winning. You know, whatever happened." But I run into my car. I speed over there, and it's this poor fucking guy who, I hate to say it, but he's probably passed by now, because he was like, definitely like, so he was so nervous and out of breath, and he was just, you know, he was very, very big, and he was sweating, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I'll take care of it, yada yada, you know, whatever." So he gave us the promise that he was going to take care of it. So the next day I bring it to the body shop right in Levittown, and they're like, "Yeah, you know, just tell the guy this is what it's going to cost. We have to replace the whole bumper." And I'm like, "Wait, the whole bumper?" He's like, "Yeah, well, you can't just fix that part." I'm like, "Well, what about that crushed part over there?" He's like, "No, the whole thing is going to be replaced." So
God is good.
So Stacy, unbeknownst to her, by getting backed into it, I have her own parking lot.
Saved the day.
Ira dropped it was like $1,400 he had to spend.
my
He
God.
did not want it on his insurance, so he gave me the cash.
Wow.
And we paid it, and the car went back, and we didn't give any charge whatsoever.
See, if you get in an accident, let a woman drive the car, and then it'll make it worse.
Right,
and then,
exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't want to just have Carla hate you. We want Stacy to hate you.
Stacy to hate me as well, yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
what was the math there? Something like that.
C.
I will
C
tell you
minus.
that I am excited to have a car. The process, and I'm sure there are other people out there who know this, but the process nowadays of purchasing a pre-owned car it's just torture. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, it's literally 999 people scamming you, and you have to find that one person who's not scamming you. Okay,
Well, at least you don't have anxiety and overthinking.
no anxiety, totally relaxed through the
Yeah,
process.
exactly,
yeah. I had actually found a car about a week and a half ago, and the guy was a fireman. It turns out we had a mutual friend in common. I'm like, this is going to be great. Yeah. He's like, come take the car for a test drive. Bring it to your mechanic if you want, whatever. So I did that. I'm like, this is going to be a great car. I bring it to my mechanic, and he calls me. He's like, come back here. I'm like, oh, I'm in the office. He's like, no, come to the back, which is like there's a private what do you call that? When cars go into it, they're in the lift into a separate area, and I go back there. The car's on the lift, and
You're
I see
so non-masculine.
no, I don't know why. I'm like seriously, am I gonna get my pants greasy? Like I'm like, am I gonna get hurt in here? Are there any screws on the ground that are gonna hurt my Crocs? So I go there and I see there's literally 4 of his guys standing by the car, and they're looking under the car, basically. And I turned to them, I'm like, is this normal that there's 5 mechanics in on the same thing? And they're like, we've never seen a car like this before. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, look, and the car was just fucking rotted, totally rotted out. And he even said to me, he goes, did you notice something funny when you pulled up to look at the car? I'm like, it seemed like it was a little low to the ground. He goes, this car is going to literally sink like a Flintstone car if it gets driven anymore. Like, I wouldn't even drive it back to the guy right now. So at that point, I knew that I really had to amp up my game, which I did. And ultimately, I think I found a car. A nice couple lives in Seaford. Had a couple of mutual friends, which I investigated and did recon work on. And now you saw my beautiful car that Carla has keyed outside,
Yes, yeah.
and I'm very happy with it. So
Yeah.
I wanted to share that little story.
Nice. Well,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad.
Thank you very much.
It's a big thing when you get a new car, and you
Yeah.
deserve it. You work hard.
Oh, I appreciate that. I feel like I do deserve it.
Yeah.
I really do.
You work hard. You're a good father, and
good friend, good lover.
mediocre husband. And
Yeah,
a
good
phenomenal
kisser.
lover. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. One thing I want to make sure that we talk about, super important. So you remember that we were monitoring my close family friend Tina Brescia, who, so she got done with her chemo treatments. She had a surgical procedure recently, and today.
Bang the gong.
I don't know about bang a gong. I'm not sure if
After you
that
finish
happened.
chemo, I think there's a gong.
Yeah, I never really asked her about the chemo banging the gong, but I know that she finished
Gong
that.
is actually my neighbor that passed.
Oh, poor Gong. Rest in peace, Gong. Rest in peace, Gong. We're sorry. Yeah. Today there was the Gong show, and but Tina today had her first radiation treatment, which is like the end game, I guess.
Yeah.
Once she's through with the radiation, I think that she'll be in the clear, God
nice.
willing.
Yeah.
So
How long did
I think there's like a few.
Did
I think probably 6 or 8 treatments is my
All right.
guess. I'm not sure. But I know that when I texted her earlier today around 4 o'clock, she was having her first treatment. So hopefully tomorrow, if she's having a rough day, she'll be listening to the episode.
Yeah.
She'll be hearing us hopefully make her laugh a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully.
And, again, we really did take a lot of pride in the fact that she had told us that she had watched pretty much every episode while she was getting her chemotherapy treatment.
And notice our viewership is going down since she gets better. The better she gets, the
right.
less.
That's okay. That you know what? If that's our end game here,
sacrifice I'll make. Yeah.
we want her to kick this thing's ass, and we're almost there. So Hershey and Keegs show is super proud that she's fighting this fight, and it's almost done with, God willing. And
God
we'll
good.
keep on making you laugh if we can.
We love you.
Yeah.
That's fantastic that you brought that up.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah,
Thank you, buddy.
That's great.
Thank you. On a not so great note, I wanted to make sure, and you saw that I posted about this week, but we lost a legend this week, and no song on this one, please, Tony. One of my best friends from childhood, Richie Glanzer, his mom Lois Glanzer passed away a few days ago, and the funeral was a couple of days ago, and I just want to. I want to make sure that I kind of put it out there that this was a woman who, she was, I think, 87 when she passed. I know her since I was a little boy, maybe 9 or 10 years old. And as I had posted on Facebook, I had not seen her in many years because obviously I don't live in that area anymore and I have kids and whatever. And about a year ago, not that long ago, me and Max had stopped into Itkins in Valley Stream, my old ice cream parlor, and Lois was sitting there with one of her friends having lunch.
Yeah.
And we kind of had a Lois, like we saw each other and took a picture together. And she was a very special lady who, as I wrote about on Facebook, knew literally more about the Rangers and the Mets than anybody, and not just any woman.
Yeah.
She knew her shit. Okay, she was at Game 6 of the Game 7 of the '86 World Series. She was at Game 7 of the '94 Cup. Wow. So her and Richie were diehards together. She was a great lady. There were incredible eulogies given by Richie's brother, sister, nieces, nephews, and then there was Richie, who was the headliner, who closed it out with an incredible, rousing speech that included at least 7 F-bombs at the synagogue, at the reception. So it was a wonderful honor for an incredible person, and may Lois Glanzer rest in peace.
Yep.
And thank you guys for letting me talk about that today.
Nice.
We're right here at closing time, I think, Mikey. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you want to talk about? I mean, I believe that you have some things coming up this weekend. Is that correct?
This weekend, Friday night, this Friday the 28th, I will be at Moriarty's. It's an Irish pub restaurant.
Okay.
In Yonkers, New York. Here.
Oh,
And
wow,
it's gonna
that's
be a fun
terrific.
show. It's gonna be Patty O'Rourke's on it. Richie Byrne, me.
Oh, this is a killer show. Who booked
Jay
the
Nog.
show?
I booked it.
So it's Jay Nog, you, Patty O'Rourke,
Yep.
Richie Byrne.
Dennis Rooney.
Shit.
It's gonna be a good.
This is
Peter
one show?
Hirsch, our buddy Peter Hirsch is on it.
This is one
So,
show you're
this is
talking
one show,
about.
Yeah. So we got some heavy hitters on it.
Fuck, man.
The owner reached out to me not too long ago. Said, "Hey, listen, I want to start doing some comedy here." He knows Peter Hirsch, and
Yep.
we're like, "All right, let's put a little something together." it's gonna be a fun time. The guys, Peter was actually in there today. He's like, that's all everyone's talking about. Everyone's very excited to have comedy there. So there's still a little bit of some tickets left. I think it's going to be $60, which includes a 3-course dinner and the show, or you could just come see the show for like $20 or something.
$60 for dinner and the show.
Yeah. And with heavy hitters, with Richie Byrne closing it, and Jay.
Yeah, that's a lot of comedy right there.
Yeah.
I think you might overbook that one.
I think I did.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
So
you know what
good.
it was? I was at a bar with Richie and Pat. I'm like, hey, why don't you guys come down? I didn't think they were going to say yes.
That's phenomenal.
But I'm like, you know what? It's gonna make a great show.
Good.
So we're gonna try to do it a monthly thing, but it's this Friday, the 27th. I'm sorry, the 27th, not 28th.
Okay.
The 27th at Moriarty's in Yonkers. The 28th, I'll be at Madison Square Garden. I'm going to see Louis C.K. He's performing.
Now, how did those? I'm surprised it's not on a Tuesday that you have tickets, but
Oh, there is a Tuesday. I'm gonna have to tell you about later that I'm gonna
God, how far away from now?
miss. It's a while.
Okay,
It's-
good.
it's a-
But
I'm going to see my cousin called me up. He said, let's get a bunch of people to get together to go see Louis C.K. I'm like, hey, why don't you ever, in 10 years, get a bunch of people to see me sometime?
right, it would be nice. Yeah,
So, but no, let's spend $100 a person to go see Louis C.K. So we're going to go there.
that's gonna be fun.
That'll be
Carla's
fun.
going. Our friend
Carla's
Carla?
not going. No.
Okay,
It's
that she doesn't want to go to.
that she doesn't want to go to, exactly. But she wants to go to the thing that we don't
Yeah.
want her to go to.
Right.
Like, she's more than welcome to see Louis C.K. But you cannot come to the Derby Delight.
Right,
But,
exactly.
yeah, that's it for me this weekend. But yeah, we got the February 10th in the Giggle Room, and then the show with Monty we got
the
coming up in
19th.
there.
Yep,
on the 19th.
it's gonna be great. So
So
okay,
the Valentine's Day show is February 10th. All tickets are on sale at govs.com.
yeah.
This is Gov's podcast. Listen to all the shows. I think, what do we have here? In the main, Tracy Morgan's here this weekend.
Tracy Morgan.
So I know,
Wow.
I know they're relying on us to help push tickets to sell
Right.
for Tracy
So
Morgan.
Tracy
But no,
Morgan. We
they don't need us. I
we'll,
think they're
we'll
both
help
sold
them.
out already, I think. So,
Oh.
but-
Yeah, it is. It's all sold out.
Yeah, I
All-
think they're both sold out.
yeah.
Well, looks like we did good last time we
did
talked
good.
about
Yeah,
him.
exactly. So that's how we do.
So that's
but
great.
Tracy Morgan will be here this weekend, and you can't come see him. I don't
That's awesome. Well, we're happy to be back after missing last week. We will be back next week. We have Mike's buddy Gino Bisconti next week, right?
Gino Bisconti next
so
week.
he's
We're
going to
looking
come in
forward
for a
to
little
hanging with
Zoom,
him.
Google Meet type of thing.
Yep.
So he's going to be terrific. And hey, listen, keep on listening, keep on loving TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Bonfire. If you want to buy some merch,
Yeah, buy merch, because we
yeah.
we haven't bought merch in a while, so we need.
So we appreciate you guys. We love you. We will see you next week. And as always, thanks for listening.
Thank you. Goodbye.